Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing channel. My name is Jikara, and I am a spiritual healing facilitator. I have been coming in every Thursday, bringing in really wonderful practitioners that I have met through Evolve Me, and that have so much wisdom to share. And today, we are going to be talking about crystals because we've been having a regular coming in and sharing with us. And who is Team Dawn? I know that a lot of you here are Team Dawn. So we're bringing her back to talk about how to heal your heart chakra with crystals. So we're going to be talking about the heart chakra, how to connect with our heart chakra, how to heal our heart chakra. She's going to be giving us a list of different types of crystals that are going to help us with healing our heart chakra. And she has a really interesting list. So it's going to be a really fun live today. So I really hope that all of you are ready to receive such amazing knowledge and information that she's going to be sharing with us today. Before I bring her in, I just kind of wanted to give you some updates. I have still the Cosmic Light membership the Cosmic Light Activation membership open for you guys to join. It's going to be open till tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So if you still want to join, I want to invite you to go over to my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and you can sign up for the Cosmic Light Activation membership. You're going to receive a monthly clearing, a monthly group clearing, and you're also going to be part of a private Telegram group where I will be sharing weekly guidance, and it's going to be a collective guidance, but it's still going to be weekly guidance that you're going to receive directly to your phone. So you will need to download Telegram to be able to be part of that. But I would highly recommend. I love Telegram. I love using it. It's just so easy. It's directly to my phone. You can turn off the notifications if you don't want to have the notifications. So it's just a really great way for you to keep your spiritual hygiene going, and it's also a really great way to support these live streams as well. So if you're trying to figure out like how else can I support Jikara and her live streams and everything that she does, this is a really great way to do this. I only have an open until the end of day tomorrow, 11 p.m. tomorrow. And the reason why is because I want to make sure that I can bring you in and add you to the Telegram group and everything. And I am personally doing that for each one of you. So that's the reason why I'm only opening it for a certain amount of time. And so make sure that you go into my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and sign up for the Cosmic Light Activation group. So that's enough about me, because today is not about me. Today is about Dawn, and we're bringing in Dawn, and I'm going to bring her in. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Erica, Moonstruck, Michelle, Jennifer. So happy that y'all are here, and I hope that you have plenty of questions. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Dawn. Hi.
Hi.
So
Thank
happy
you
that
for
you're here.
having me.
Yes, so happy that you're here, and I'm just so grateful because you're always sharing such amazing information here in this channel. And you've been we recently did a live last week, but it was more for Pisces, and a lot of the Pisces people that I know personally that watch the live stream loved it. So I know that a lot of you here are going to be loving this today, because we're going to be talking about the most important chakra. None of the other chakras are not important, but I feel like this is a very important chakra, which is the way that we connect to love, the way we connect to spirit. Is our pathway, a portal to connect deeper into our spirituality. So but I'm going to stop with the chatter, and I just kind of wanted to, first of all, Dawn, ask you about if you can talk about a little bit how your workshop went last time, because I know we were promoting your workshop last week, and I was kind of curious to know, how did that go? Can you give us a little bit of that insight?
Yes. It was so much fun. Erica was there. Hi, Erica. And it was exciting to talk about the different crystals and different ways to work on self-love, different exercises, making a grid, like your own personal grid, and ways to work with the grid. And it was so much fun. Like I was glowing for days afterwards. I had a lot of fun.
I love that. And I was so happy because you did say that you were glowing and you were so excited about it. And I know that you have something coming up too, right? For the spring equinox. So
Yes.
for those of you who don't know, Dawn is also part of the Evolve Me list, let's say list of practitioners, right? We're a very small group of practitioners who are really the founding practitioners of Evolve Me. Evolve Me is still in this infancy stage, but we are still talking about it because we want to bring people in here. And it's really a community of people who are coming in to share their knowledge. And Dawn has been basically working on creating her workshops to help you understand crystals and help you have a deeper connection with crystals. So she has something else coming up for the spring equinox. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I do. I'm doing a similar workshop on the 15th, where I talk about different crystals that I have intuitively chosen to help bring in the new energy of the spring, and ways to work with it for your own healing, ways to connect to nature, earth, yourself. And then we make a grid, like for the spring equinox, so you learn how you can make your own grid. And then I end with a group energy clearing to bring in the new season's energy.
That
I'm
is so
excited.
exciting, and I'm most likely going to be joining that one just to let you know, because I love the idea of connecting to the season, the change of seasons, and I think that setting those intentions and even having those grids, I think that really brings a lot of ritual into my life, and I feel like I want to bring more of that into my life. And I don't know if any of you on the right now watching are feeling that, but even when it comes down to creating ritual, it doesn't have to be that complicated. And I think that's where Dawn will come in and kind of show you how easy it is for you to actually create that into your life. So if you are interested, make sure that you sign up at evolveme.com. You can find her, Dawn Marino, and all her it's called spring equinox, right? Or something like that.
Yes,
Spring equinox.
crystal healing for the spring equinox.
Okay, so
Yeah.
crystal healing for spring equinox. So you can look up that and crystal healing for spring equinox. That's her workshop, and you're gonna have this one when again?
On the 15th.
On the 15th.
It's a Wednesday evening. I wanted to make it accessible for as many people as possible, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect. So then now y'all know no reason for y'all not to make it. So okay, so kind of wanted to segue into our conversation today. We're going to be talking about how to heal your heart chakra with crystals, and that is the conversation we're having today. So I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about what are the things that you feel in your own journey of doing healing and finding out, okay, this is a heart chakra situation. How can you determine this stuff? How can someone determine this, that they actually need to be addressing their heart chakra?
Yeah, that's a very important question. It's something that I work on for myself as well. When our heart chakra is doing good, it's when we feel that compassion for self and others, that balance, that love, compassion, forgiveness. But when we have trauma or grief, abuse, all the different things that we encounter during life, then we might be feeling a bit disconnected or shut off. It might be harder for us to empathize with other people or feel that compassion. We might have a lot of anger or fear in us. And just trust issues, maybe feeling jealous. And so when you start to recognize these feelings, it's a good sign that your heart chakra needs some healing. As though, a lot of times we have this energy, the stuck energy from all the trauma and the hurt that sort of stays with us, and we tend to close that chakra off. And we have to kind of chip away at it to let the light back in, to open it up. And it, depending on where you're at and what you've been through, it can be a bit of a process. So, and oh, go ahead. Yes.
No, I was gonna say it's kind of interesting. I mean, because obviously, I love that you said this, that you're still working on this on yourself, because we're all works in progress, and so we give ourselves the opportunity to do that, right? To stand in our light, but also continue to recognize that there's still stuff that we need to work on, right, on ourselves. So I love that. So because I feel like it's an invitation to see ourselves in that vulnerable place, and also be very honest, like brutally honest with ourselves, and say, yes, like we got to do this. And so I feel that I guess the best way that I would say or invite you, all of you who are watching this today, to figure out if you need to, if you need to work on your heart chakra is, first of all, figure out, is there someone that I need to forgive still? When I think about someone, am I still feeling like contraction in my heart, or am I still feeling like, or am I feeling triggered still? And then kind of like that will give you a little bit of, or even you might feel some emotional pain, right? Because I think that also, that's kind of like a very big one, like that emotional pain, or that kind of like tightness in the heart space when you think about a situation or a person, or so kind of giving yourself that opportunity to be curious and give yourself permission to be just kind of like just like a little cat, like, oh, what's over here, right? Like a little kid that wants to like find out what's going on and do it from a place of joy. And I know it's kind of hard, it's kind of weird to say, well, do it from a place of joy when you're feeling this stuff, but I feel like that's also a good way to do it, so that way you're not getting so stuck in the energies, right? Like, so you're kind of doing it from a place of like, oh, okay, this is what's happening for me, and kind of like putting yourself like a little hat of a doctor, right? Like, like, oh, let me put this hat on, and I'm just gonna like see myself from this neutral perspective as much as I can within reason. And sometimes I think it's good to go to someone, right? Like somebody can come to you and say, hey, I've been struggling with this, and I can't move through this by myself. Sometimes you need a little bit of a hand holding too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also important to recognize that. So, but
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned that, because I feel it's so important for us to remember that we're all works in progress. And, as much as we share this information with you, we're also doing the inner work.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why we know the stuff, right? Because we're doing it. So yeah, so that's interesting. So typically when you have determined when someone is in need of healing in the heart, so how do you determine what's the best crystal for them? Like what would be I guess the reason the reason why you would choose certain crystals versus other crystals?
Yeah. So depending on where the person is at, what they need and how they want to heal depends on the crystal. There are some people who they want to just dive right in and they don't care how painful it is. They just want to start bringing things to the surface. So that's when you would use a more like heavy duty kind of crystal to help, help. It's like a way to support bringing things to the surface. There's other people who need a lot of just warmth and compassion and to go really, really slow. Some people really need to work on loving themselves first before they can make any real headway. So, the different crystals are based on where they're at. Some people need like a lot of clearing overall. So there's some crystals for the heart chakra that do a lot of dissolving of the energy. I mean, you still have to do the work, the emotional work, but it helps and supports that. So the crystal depends on like where the person is at, what they need the most, and how much they are ready to dive in with it.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting what you're saying, how much you're willing to, because it may be a little, maybe like kind of like a small steps type of situation for some people, where especially if there's a lot of trauma or a lot of heavy emotional charge, it may not be a good idea to kind of go so deep, because it may be too overwhelming for them, and you don't want to send them into a intense space where they don't know what to do with all that emotional baggage.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You don't want
Yeah.
to.
So I kind of love that that approach that you do, because it is important to know where the person is at, and also having that communication, right? It's like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready to dive as deep as, I think I just want to start at the surface level for now, and then kind of go deep as we go type thing. So depending on that, then you will determine what crystals are best for that person.
Yeah.
Now, you said something about really interesting about doing the emotional work. So when we're doing, because I think I feel that emotional work is good for all the chakras, but I feel with the heart chakra is kind of like it has to happen, right? Like with the heart chakra, I feel like that's where you have to, like, that there's no work around the emotional work with the heart chakra, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to ask you is, what would you consider someone doing the emotional work? Like what would you invite people to do alongside with the crystal to be able to make sure that they're harnessing the energy of the crystal, but then also taking that energy to focus it on a productive way with that emotional work?
Yeah, absolutely. There's different things you can do, depending on what resonates with you. One thing that I do and encourage clients to do is I will lie down with the crystal that I'm drawn to and put it over my heart space and try to recall like a situation or an event or a feeling and bring it up to the surface and then feel it, explore it, cry, yell, do what you have to do to kind of, work through it and feel it in order to work on letting it go. And it's something that you might have to do like multiple times for the same instance until it doesn't trigger you as much. But also journaling with the crystal about the way that you're feeling, if you're feeling angry or grief or sad, working through your thoughts in a journal and bring those crystals over, like to have that energy with you. Mirror work, especially with the heart chakra, I am worthy, I am grateful, I love myself, I invite in love, I'm ready to receive love, and phrases like that, such as that resonate with you and what you most need, and bring the crystal with you. You can do more less intense things, sitting with the candles and the crystals and just reflecting, using oils that you're drawn to, especially with the heart chakra, like rose scents, floral scents, different things that sort of connect you, because when you do those more gentle things, it gives you that nurturing energy that you also need when you do this work. So, but definitely like the affirmations, the mantras, looking at
Yeah.
yourself in the mirror and really believing that you're worthy of love.
Oh, that's so powerful. I love that. Mirror work is it's so powerful. It's funny, I just recently did that mirror work on, I think it was Monday, and I was just sat in front of the mirror, and I was just telling myself I was worthy, and that that I was worthy to receive love and to give love and to do, and to do what I do. And like, sometimes we get in those little funky places that for whatever reason, whether it is an interaction with someone or maybe a situation that was really heavy, and you're kind of like working through that. I feel like doing that mirror work is it's so powerful and so
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of doing the mirror work with the crystals. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So I will definitely start including the crystals.
Absolutely. And another thing that I feel compelled to share that you can do with the crystals is, if you're working on something like forgiveness, you can take a candle and sit with the candle. And if there's someone that you want to forgive, or maybe forgive yourself, hold the candle for a little while and think about the situation with the intention of forgiveness. And you can burn it with your crystals around it that you pick, like your heart chakra crystals, for that energy, as a way to sort of set the intention and give yourself this tangible action that you're taking towards it. Or even if you're trying to find compassion in a situation, just imagining the scenario of what it's like to be in the other person's shoes for a while, to try and because sometimes it's hard to feel compassion towards people who have hurt us or that we're angry at. So you can use the crystals for that, because then they almost feel like a safe friend while you're doing that hard work that you don't always want to do.
Yeah, and you know what? It is difficult, especially when you're coming from a place of really a lot of pain. It is a difficult place to put yourself in the other person's shoes. But it
Yeah.
is a thing. Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like remembering that people that are hurt, that doesn't mean that you're gonna excuse them for what they did,
Right.
especially if it was really wrong.
Right.
But it's really the closure for you more than anything. It's for
Exactly.
you and not really anyone else. And this may be a process that may take you more than one time. You may need to do this a bunch of times until you feel like you have found closure for yourself. And so just know that, as we're talking about this, I want to really acknowledge the fact that, healing is a process, and it takes a lot of internal work, and sometimes we may need to take a little pause from that work and then go back and dive in when we feel ready. So just know that, as you're doing this, finding compassion for yourself to, to do this in a way that feels right for you, right? So, learning these tools, and then applying them in a way that fit in your own capacity, right? So one thing that that Erica was asking here, and I see that a lot of people are mentioning things here, and I wanted to try to acknowledge. So I want to acknowledge some people here. So hi, Mandy Joe. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Shannon. And I see also Moonstruck and Jennifer and Michelle. I see Betsy. Hi, Morningstar. Hi, you've been active this morning. So I want to acknowledge you, Jessa. Hi, thank you. So I really wanted to acknowledge all of you and let you know that I'm so, so grateful that all of you are watching. And it means so much to us that you're here, spending this time with us and learning and sharing this video, and just asking the questions. And so if you have any questions about, what we're talking about, please feel free to ask. Just like Erica did ask a question in regards to the candle. You were talking about the candle. Could it be any color candle, or is there a specific color that you recommend?
Yeah. So with that, you can go with what you're feeling drawn to intuitively, what resonates for you. I do recommend for that either a white candle or a yellow candle, but also green for the color of the heart center, because our heart chakra is actually green. But really, whatever you're feeling called to, it's more, the intention is more important. But in terms of matching that sort of vibration with the color, like a white, a yellow, a green.
Yeah, y'all, I'm wearing the color. See, I'm wearing the color green today, y'all.
I love it.
I was trying to find, I don't have anything green. And I was like, oh yeah, I do have that dress. So today I'm wearing a dress that I don't wear all the time. My husband loves me wearing this dress, but I don't really wear it all the time. So here I am wearing the green a dress that I don't wear all the time to celebrate the heart chakra. So today I'm celebrating the heart chakra with y'all. Representing the color green. Hi, Chris. Welcome. So, so Peggy's saying, love that ceremony with candle and crystals. Yeah, I really do love that too. And as you were saying that, the essence of just kind of going into the candle and burning the candle, I just felt like that would be such an amazing intention, because it's almost like burning away, like using the element of fire to help you burn all of those things that don't serve your highest good and help alchemize all that, right? So, so I feel that even meditating with that candle as it's burning, I think it's so beautiful. Just, I don't know how long the candle will take to burn down all the way. So I don't know if it's possible to meditate the entire time the candle is on, but but at least do meditate throughout if you can. So, So Mandy Joe's, I'm new to crystals. What are the best ones for the heart chakra for light emotional healing? Well, great question, because this is a great segue, Mandy, for the next thing that we are going to be talking about, because she is going to be sharing the crystals that are best for the heart chakra. So I already have my list here ready for you, Dawn.
Yes, and it's funny because this morning when I was gathering the crystals, my spirit team was popping these cute little phrases in my head for each crystal to share with everyone today. So I jotted it down, but I have terrible handwriting, so I'm actually going to put my glasses on for each one so I can see what they said, because I wrote it really fast. I was like, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. And it's like all scribbled. But the first crystal that I chose is strawberry calcite. And one of the ones, like, I love this crystal because it also has a grounding element to it. So when you're doing this work, it helps you feel grounded, but it's also really good at clearing the blockages, clearing and dissolving the stuck energy. And the phrase they gave me for this one was ripe for the picking, because this works in a way that helps you just clear through the emotional things, the perceptions, the illusions, the things that the old patterns, and it sort of like resets you and pops you out so that you can, you know, start anew, start afresh. Similar to a strawberry, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I love that.
Like,
Ripe for
yeah.
picking.
And it's exactly, it's a nice high vibration, positive, and even though it does some heavy duty clearing, it's still a more gentle vibration, especially because it has that grounding element to it. So
I love that. That's so amazing. So, and would you say that this would be one of those that could be a little softer and gentler than
yeah,
than the other? This would be like a good one that we could use whenever we're like, okay, I don't want to go too deep, but I definitely do need to help myself right now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, almost like mid-range, like
Mid range.
not as super fluffy, but also not, you know, oh my goodness, what have I just done? I wasn't ready for that. It's not, you know, but and that's why I love it. And it's such a pretty color because it's like that pink, but with a little bit of red. It has like that deeper hue to
Yeah,
it.
I love it. When I saw strawberry calcite, it just sounds kind of delicious, to be honest with you. You know, we
Right?
can't eat
I
the
know.
crystals, but it
Exactly.
looks like candy to me. But I know
Yes.
it's not candy, but
And you know, the calcites feel gummy, like candy. Like their texture is very like gummy, and like it does. It resembles candy very much.
so if y'all, but make sure y'all don't eat the calcite, okay?
You don't eat it,
It's
but
not for it's not for food. But Peggy was asking tumble or raw, which one is better for that
Mm.
one, or
So with
any.
Yeah, with any of them, it's honestly your preference. The energetic properties are still the same. It's not going to alter it. So it's more a matter of what feels good to you. Some of them fit nicer on the body, like if you're lying down to meditate with it. Some of them feel better in your hand. So it's really more what you're drawn to, like the way that it feels, the way that it looks, the way it fits on your body, if you want to work with it that way. But either way, the energy is still the same.
I just want to acknowledge Moonstruck is saying, y'all keep talking. I'm going to have to get some whipped cream out for that strawberry calcite. Don't eat your strawberry calcite. But yeah, definitely do get some strawberries, maybe. We're on
Right?
strawberry season over here in Florida. So
Yeah.
yeah. So which one is the next one?
Oh, yes. Okay. So next, I have pink tourmaline. And when you were asking about a more gentle crystal for this kind of work, the pink tourmaline. This one is actually wrapped in quartz. That's why it's a little bit lighter, but you can see like the pink here. And my spirit team, when I chose this crystal, said the softer side of life. Because this crystal is very soft. Yes, it has a very warm energy, gentle, nourishing. So when you're working with this, it really connects you more to that self-love, that passion, like just those nice warm feelings. It's much more gentle to work with. And it's really good for self-love, forgiving, like forgiveness, and it's a softer crystal to work with. So I thought that was cute because it reminded me of like the softer side of Sears. I don't know if you remember that commercial, but that was like stuck in my head when they said that. But it's so this is, if you're looking for like a more gentle, compassionate kind of energy, then the pink tourmaline is a good one for that. Yeah.
I love that. I actually was looking for my pink tourmaline. I couldn't find it this morning. I was so sad, but I'm on a quest now to find it. Because I really want to work with it. Because I haven't worked with it in a while. And and it is very gentle and soft. I remember it being just so almost like I was enveloped in so much love and compassion. And so yeah, it's a powerful. I remember it being very, very beautiful and
Yes.
gentle.
Yeah.
So and I've
Very
abandoned it for whatever reason somewhere in the house. So bad crystal mama. I'll look for it. But yeah, so tell me about with the crystal, let's say for pink tourmaline, because I think, I mean, black tourmaline is good for grounding. Would there be any essence of grounding on the pink tourmaline as well, or is that not as
It's not as grounding.
okay.
Yeah, because of like the energy of the color, so to speak. It's not as grounding, but it does have that like safe, nurturing element to it. So you wouldn't necessarily feel ungrounded, but it's not
Okay.
necessarily one that I would say, oh yeah, work with this to feel grounded.
I was just wondering because black
Yeah.
tourmaline is good for grounding, so I was wondering if it had the same
Mhm.
essence, but it would be more if I wanted to ground at the same time. I would probably need to get my black tourmaline as well.
Yeah.
Maybe put it on my root for and actually that's a good question. I was going to ask you. So, do you feel that it's a good idea to ground at the same time when we're doing the heart chakra? Because
Yeah.
can it get a little overwhelming?
Yeah, absolutely. It can get overwhelming, and that's actually something I do recommend is to ground, like put a crystal near your root that is meant for grounding to help you feel more stable while you're doing this and more anchored in, especially because some of the emotions that you're working through can kind of, make you not feel fully present because it can be pretty intense depending on how much you're doing. So absolutely grab a couple grounding crystals.
Yeah, there's a question here that I thought was really so Kiki. Hi Kiki. So she said, I've heard people to stay away from black tourmaline. Is there a reason why? I've never heard of that, but I
Yeah,
don't know why there would be a reason to stay away from black tourmaline.
yeah, I've never heard of that either. I personally don't see any reason to stay away from it. I'm not sure why they would say that. It might be like maybe they misunderstood the intention of the crystal or the way that it works, but it's really good at protective energy, grounding energy. So even like the EMF frequency. It's good at deflecting that. So I'm not sure why they would say that, but it's safe to work with. It's not,
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
yeah.
Maybe they have, but I've never heard of anyone saying anything like against black tourmaline. So don't feel free to use it. Don't be afraid of using it. And honestly, Kiki, what I would tell you is, you use your intuition, feel into your heart, and see if you feel afraid. Find out if that fear has to do with maybe the conversation that you had with that person or what you heard. And then if it's really not yours, then you can give yourself permission to connect to your inner curious child and
Mhm.
go work with the crystal yourself and feel, you feel the energy directly with the crystal, if that makes any sense. So that way you get your answer yourself and see, well, is this good for me? Is this crystal? Because not all crystals are going to be, we're going to be compatible with, right? So maybe the black tourmaline is not compatible with you, but maybe another crystal that is grounding can be compatible with you. And I would recommend that you watch. We do have another live that you can go back to and listen to. You can go back into this channel where Dawn came in and she talked about grounding crystals. So you can go back and listen to that one whenever you want. So feel free to go back if you're not sure what other, maybe you don't want to do the black tourmaline, or maybe you use it and you feel like, okay, this is not for me. Then you can go through the list that we went through that on that last on that other video that we did together. So hopefully that helps you. And yeah, I would recommend whenever we are, whenever we're stepping into the space of our spiritual path, to stay open, to stay open and to be curious and to use our own intuition to see what works for us and what doesn't, right? So that's my recommendation for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that we went through the pink tourmaline and the softer side of life, which I love, um, so which one? What is this? What is the other one that's coming up for us?
So next we have green jade. This, they said, flush it out because this is super emotionally, energetically detoxing, just clearing the way. It's very good at working through the emotions that are kind of lodged in, that you're reluctant to bring to the surface, or that you might not even really realize are there. So they said just flush it out with this crystal because it's very the properties are very detoxifying. Like when I think of the jade, I think of like detox, energetic, emotional, and it's very it's good. The energy reminds you to take care of yourself, like self-care, playful energy, peaceful energy. It's also a stone of prosperity, abundance. So it's all around a really nice, peaceful crystal. But when you're doing heart chakra work, it's really good at like working through those emotions. But it is gentle, even though they say they don't flush it out, it's still a gentle one to work with, but it's thorough.
It's a good one whenever you kind of want to go a little deeper and get some things out of the way. So if you're feeling like I call this emotionally constipated, when I feel emotionally constipated. And what I mean by that, y'all, is that you feel like you've been feeling emotional and you feel like something wants to come out. And then you're kind of like more reactive and like you're like feeling a little ungrounded. And that's when I know, it's like, okay, I'm emotionally constipated. I'm going to take some time to like sit down and process these emotions. So I guess jade is a good one. Green jade is a good one to sit with that.
Absolutely. And it's the energy is kind of like that harmony balance where you want your heart chakra to be, like that state you kind of want your heart space to feel. So definitely. Yeah.
And then I see here Morningstar is asking what stone or crystal would be ideal to make a bathtub and cleanse the soul.
What was the question? What stone or crystal?
To make a bathtub and cleanse the soul. I think jade would be a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Green jade is actually quite perfect for that. Anything else I thought of might have been a little too intense, but there you go. Very detoxifying and gentle and harmonious. I don't know how much it would cost, but
Okay, yeah, I think that would be pretty expensive. So, but I don't know how much that would cost. We'll have to go in and check that out.
Yeah.
So, okay, so next crystal.
So the next one of my favorites is ruby. Ruby is super grounding heart energy, like grounding you into your heart. And the quote that they gave me when I was gathering it was, "Let the imagination take you." Because the energy of this, it has that passion, that inspiration for you to kind of manifest what you want for yourself. Like when it comes to your self-care, the way that you view yourself, you view your life, you view others, the energy is such that it helps you to sort of put things into perspective and shift your perspective and really think about, how you want to be feeling, how you want to be living, the heart space that you want to be in. And so when they said to let the imagination take you, it's a very transformative energy, good for your inner growth, and just sort of like manifesting, bringing it in, that playful, passionate energy. And it's also very, very grounding. So when you're thinking about, how you want to be feeling, that space you really want to step into for yourself and align with, that's when I would recommend ruby.
That's powerful. So I guess it's a good stone to kind of do the work and then also be grounded at the same time. And I never thought about ruby because when I think of ruby, I think of like those rings that have like those really bright. Can you show us that ruby again? Because
Sure.
It's so beautiful. That's a raw ruby.
Yes, this is raw because you can see part of, like, it has the brown coloring, and but yeah, it still has that like deep, rich
red. So then people can see how it looks like. And because I know, like, when I think of ruby, I think of the ones that we see on the let's just say on the jewelry stores, right, that has that bright red.
Yeah.
But obviously those are processed and cut so many times.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
would those be good as well to work with? Like if we had like a ruby that was given to us that we're wearing, that's kind of like cut into a one of those like pendants or.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they change the shape of it, you still have that energetic the same energy, even though they changed the shape. I'm just gonna reset my camera real quick
Yeah,
because
it's okay.
I don't know what happened. That fix it?
No.
No. Okay.
The camera didn't like the ruby apparently.
Yeah, I know. As soon as it zoomed in, everything faded. But I'll unplug it. But before I do, I just wanted to add with the ruby, it's also you can think of it as like a flashlight, almost like shining the light on what needs illuminating, and sort of
Mm.
using that to get where you need to be. I'm just gonna unplug this.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, so while she is fixing her camera, I'm just going to just share with y'all my gratitude and excitement for y'all being here. And Moonstruck, the rubies typically that I've seen, like I've seen rubies that are kind of raw like that. They haven't been that expensive. But I do know for sure that certain stones, depending, I think it depends on where they got it from, and also like the cut, like how, I guess, how, I don't want to say like how pure or how not pure or whatever, but it depends on the cut as well. But with that said, I was gonna say that in the meantime, while she gets together, because I think she had to like pop off to figure out her camera. I wanted to just share with y'all that today, my grandmother is in surgery, so I just kind of wanted to ask everyone to just send some prayers for my grandmother. She fell and broke her hip, and so right now they're probably working in getting her ready for surgery today, this afternoon. So any prayers sent her way, I would greatly appreciate it. So it's been quite tough because she fell the beginning of January. So she's been basically in bed, and she's down in South America in my country. So it's a little harder to find access to healthcare in third world countries. So anyway, so any support or any love that you can send her way, definitely please do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Moonstruck. Yeah, it's been a journey. Thank you so much, Amy. Yes, yes. Absolutely you can, Amy. Thank you so much for your love. And you know what? It's interesting because I did send her some energy as well and some support, but when you undergo surgery like that, it can be a little overwhelming for people, and also a little scary. So okay, here's Dawn. Yay, she's back. Okay, so I'm gonna bring her back in, y'all. So thanks for the support, y'all.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm using my laptop's camera now because something happened to my other camera. So hopefully it's okay and you can see me and hear me.
Yes, I can definitely see you.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
too.
Okay. Yes.
In the meantime, I was asking for healing and support and prayers towards my grandma. I was telling you
Oh,
earlier, so I was
yeah.
just kind of sharing that while you were I don't know why, but I pictured you just kind of like having a fight with your camera.
I was. I was like, what's happening?
I was totally imagining you like, what are you doing? You're ruining my life.
That's pretty much how it happened.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, we gotta laugh about it, right? Because I
I know.
mean,
I was like, of
what
course.
can you do? It's just like it is what it is. But everyone here is cool. But yeah, thank you all for your prayers and support. But now that we have Dom back, we're gonna go back into conversation. I was kind of there was a question about like if that piece of ruby was expensive, and I was kind of mentioning that. I mean, I haven't seen it be like super expensive, but I don't know. But I believe that it has something to do with the cut and where it's coming from and all that good stuff. But I'll let you, the expert, answer that question as well.
Yeah, and that's true. I don't remember how much I specifically paid for it, but it really wasn't that much. I mean, I don't even think it was, more than maybe $13. Like it wasn't like a huge expensive crystal, but there are larger pieces or pieces that are, you know, bigger and nicer that are more expensive. I'm gonna unplug this microphone. Is there an echo?
No, do you?
Oh, it's
I don't
okay.
hear an echo.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I don't know what's happening with my technology today, but yeah, it wasn't that expensive. So you can definitely find more low cost pieces.
Okay. All right. So then you got your answer there. And so I guess I was right on the money, because I have seen it before I have seen, and I was actually surprised, like, oh, this is a ruby. And because I was so used to seeing the ruby on, like, already processed and cut and whatever. So I was like really like surprised that it was so dark.
Yes,
when I
yeah.
when I saw it the first time, I was like, oh wow, it is pretty dark. But then when I asked the lady, she was like, yeah, because this is the raw ruby. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they cut it to kind of try to get that light through. So it kind of shows off that red. I'm more of a red. I mean, it's not like it's a bright red anyway, rubies, but they kind of have like a brighter color than the raw one.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just so taken aback. I was like, so just so y'all know, that's the reason why I was asking for you to show it again, because I wanted people to see it, like, for real, how it looks. So then they're like, yeah, it is a real ruby. It's just that it's just raw.
Yeah.
Okay, but now that we covered the ruby, what is the next
Yeah, so the
crystal?
next one is rhodonite. And this is very grounding. It's another similar to the ruby in the sense that it's grounding and also has the heart healing property as well. So if you're doing some more emotional work, this will still help you to feel grounded while you're doing the work. And the quote that my team gave me when I picked it up was the heart of the matter, because it just kind of helps you get down to the issues that you need to get down to work through, and helps you really clear the space to move forward. And you can see, some pieces of it are more pink than others. Some of them have more of the black in it, but it still has like a gentle energy, but it has that grounding strength. And it also, the energy is very empowering. So if in your heart space you're working on feeling confident and that sort of self-worth, this is good for that also. It has that like courageous, empowering energy, getting right down to it so that you can really get through to the other side.
I love that. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
crystal. And
Yeah.
so I was gonna ask you, would this one be one of those that it's like more direct, like you have to be kind of like mentally prepared for this one, for what it's gonna unearth?
In some ways, yes, because it has the tendency to sort of help you see a situation. There might be situations where you are overthinking it or feeling more anxious about something. Like it shows you the truth of a situation. Like if you need to see a hard truth or see the perspective, it will work. Like it will give you that. Like if you're working with it. So, but it touches on like generosity and compassion and self-compassion. So it definitely has that powerful energy, but it also isn't. It's still gentle enough though that it will keep you grounded while you work with it. But some things might come up that catch you off guard.
Yeah. So this would be a good crystal to maybe have like a journal with alongside, like maybe a journal
Yeah.
next to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So now y'all know, if you're gonna work with rhodonite, make sure you're grounding yourself, and then you have your journal, or you have some sort of way to release maybe some art, if you want to create some art or something to kind of help you release that energy, because you're going to the heart of the matter.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that because, you know, you know, with the work that I do with SRT, I love going into root causes, right? Like I love going directly to the root cause because it's just like, let's heal this stuff. Let's get this stuff out, you know?
Yes.
That's just the way I am. I know it doesn't always work that way because we have to work through layers.
Yeah.
And me, miss impatient. Uh, sometimes I just want to, so I think I would probably want to work with rhodonite more than, so thank you for that. These are crystals that I never even thought that would, I mean, I imagine like the strawberry calcite and the pink tourmaline, but I never thought of rhodonite as being a good crystal for the heart chakra. So this is
Yeah.
amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a little secret about me, it's one of the crystals I keep on my altar, like my self-love altar. I just love having that energy there. So,
Oh, I
yeah.
love that. I love that. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing your secrets. So okay, so I'm actually excited about this next one you're gonna talk about. I can't wait for you to talk
Oh,
about it. It's one of my
yes,
favorite crystals.
yes.
So I'm gonna let you announce it though.
Okay. So this is green fluorite, and I love this one too very much. The quote that my team gave me when I brought it over, they said, "Calm in the storm." Because while you're
Mm.
working through all of the energetic chaos, all of the things that need clearing attention, it still keeps you centered. It still keeps you calm and peaceful and perspective, but yet it's really good at they're actually, as I'm talking, giving me an image of like a cyclone like going through,
Oh,
like it kind of goes through and touches on those spaces that need touching and clearing, but yet it's still very gentle and but yet powerful at the same time. It's so I love working with this, and it's the other word is like stabilizing, because even though you're working
oh.
with this heavy energy, it still keeps you like stable while you're working.
I absolutely love fluorite
Yeah,
in all the colors of the rainbow. And I
yeah,
love the way, I don't know if you've ever seen the raw fluorite, but I just find them so fascinating the way they grow.
yeah.
So if y'all have never seen a raw fluorite, I highly recommend, like, actually see it like in the matrix. Like what I mean by in the matrix is inside
Mm,
the, like the area where they're growing. And it's so cool. They grow in like little like square type things. Like it's just so cool to see.
yeah,
So anyway, I just find it so fascinating in the way the crystals grow. And I feel like part of the energy of what they're connecting to when it comes down to the geometry that they're connecting to, I feel like that also brings so much of that energy. And it kind of makes sense because they have that square type of energy. So to me, I think about number four, and number four brings you stability. So that makes so much sense that it's a
hmm,
calm in the middle of the storm. It's bringing you that stability that you need.
yes,
So anyway, I just kind of like that just kind of came through for me right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I love it. So I
yeah,
love fluorite, and so if you guys haven't worked with it, I highly recommend that you try working with it. It's absolutely a powerful crystal. I've never thought about using it for my heart. I always thought about using it for like meditation, because it really does help me. Like it helps me calm my energy. So that's why I used it. I was just using it for that. But then now, of course, I'm learning with you today, and I've been learning with you how to use these crystals for the chakra. So now I know that I can use the green for the heart.
yes, absolutely.
Actually, I was going to ask you about this for the fluorite. You know how sometimes they come in like a little mix with purple, right? Like
Yes,
they have the purple fluorite.
yeah.
Like let's say if it's got like the green and the purple, do you think it's a good, like I was going to ask you, is that a good one to use with like let's say connecting the heart to the crown, or the third eye, or the third eye to the heart?
Yeah, I was actually about to say when you were talking about that I use like a purple green, like a rainbow fluorite on my heart chakra sometimes. I actually have one shaped like a heart because it's kind of clears the blockages, on up. So you can definitely use the other, like the mix of the fluorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's good
Yeah.
to know. So now I know I can, because I was wondering, is the ones that I have are kind of like more rainbow like. So I wanted to know if that was okay for me to put on my heart chakra and still be
Yeah.
able to get the benefits of the green fluoride.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
Look, Erica says she has one and it was a gift. Well, there you go. That what a gift, Erica. Definitely.
Very nice.
Um, so so Moonstruck, I use so the flora that I use is kind of like a rainbow one. It's the green and the purple. So Moonstruck was asking which one do I use to meditate. So but
Mm.
it kind of helps me with my energy, like whenever I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, it kind of helps. And then calm. The best way that I can describe is like it helps calm. And I'm gonna say the pink tourmaline did that for me too. The
Hmm.
pink tourmaline did really do that for me too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so if you maybe you or maybe you have that that pink tourmaline, or you have the fluoride, that the green fluoride, or the one that's multicolor or rainbow, you can use that. That's the one that I have, is the rainbow one, and I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
mine. um that's why I
Yeah.
was, when I saw it, I was like, yay, I love these things. I was so happy to see it on the list. But okay, so we got a couple more crystals, so I kind of want to make sure that we mention them. So
Yes. Yes. So malachite, I'm sure many of you have probably heard of it. Now,
yes.
this one, it's gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful green. The quote that my team gave me when I picked it up was cut to the chase. This is for the people who are ready to dive in and they're just ready, like no matter what. This one I use sparingly. When I use it, I know that it's probably going to be intense. It's very good at bringing things to the surface that you might not be ready to feel. There have been times where I laid with this over my heart chakra and was crying, sobbing, and had chest pains after because the energy was so intense when it like kind of
Wow.
draws it up. Yes, like I have had chest pains working with this like energetically. Malachite is really good. It helps you to expand and grow and sort of find your own expression, like the way that you express and let go. But it's really good at cutting through the old trauma. But this is one of the intense ones. This is not like
Mm.
light and fluffy.
So if you're doing the malachite, you might not want to combine. I mean, you might want to combine it with something that softens the energy, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, and something maybe a little grounding.
I've never worked with malachite. I do have one, but I don't know why, but I respect it. I just kind of keep it there. It's
Yes,
like, you're there and I'm here. I'm gonna sit here and just watch you. I
yeah,
haven't really put it on
exactly.
my heart chakra. So
Yeah.
now I know why.
Yes, yes. I don't always put it on my heart chakra because the energy, you can feel it. Um, and yes, it was the first time that ever happened to me. I was like, oh my God, why does my chest hurt? But it was just the energy and the grief just coming up. And so it's definitely intense, but lovely in its own way. And like Jikara said, it's a crystal that you have that respect for.
Just gotta have the respect for the malachite.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, so the next one that you were gonna mention, I actually I've heard really good things about this one. I actually have one little tiny piece of it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to learn more about it because I've never worked with it.
Yes. So this one, and I think you and a lot of the people who view this might enjoy working with it because this is it's pre-night, sorry, the pre-night. Um, the quote, and this my guides have said to me many times before, but for this, it's heal the healer. So for
Mm,
those of us who are just doing so much for everyone else, this is a really good crystal for you to come back to you. If you're having anger issues, anxiety, it's really good at working through that. It's very, very healing, very, very healing. and in that sort of compassionate kind of energy. And it's very like powerful in its own way, but it's very nurturing. So like when you're a healer, or any kind of work that you do where you're interacting with other people and you're helping them all the time and expending your energy on these other people, this is when pre-night kind of helps you get back to you, and connect to you, and working through your own anger, your own anxieties, your own like heart traumas.
I was gonna ask you about this. Would this be a good crystal for empaths, those who are really picking up energies from other people as
Yes.
well?
Yes, and also because I feel compelled to say it helps you to break old patterns, like the patterns that aren't serving you. So if you're not remembering to protect yourself and show yourself that self-care, this is something that kind of reminds you to take care of yourself, and to, maybe the old way isn't working, and it kind of like shows you that. It kind of helps give you that
Mm.
support to change your behaviors into like a more self-care, self-loving kind of way.
I love that. I love that. So I'm so happy,
Yeah.
because I was kind of curious to know. I had it because someone told me about it and I got it, and okay, I was actually on Facebook one day and I was like watching a live from someone, and I bought it from like a guy that goes, he's like a miner or whatever. He goes around and he mines, and then he had these printites, and he's like, oh yeah, this is a healer crystal, and but it was like really really tiny, and I was like, oh okay, and then I got it and I was like, how do I use it? And so I just kind of like left it there. So thank you so much for this was like so divinely guided that you shared this one today, because I was like, I've been wanting to work with it but I didn't know how to. So
Yes,
so thank
yes.
you for that.
You're very welcome.
So yeah, so if you guys
Very
have pre-night,
welcome.
or maybe you're an empath and you pick up energies like this, I mean, this sounds like a perfect crystal for me, actually. It's like
Yes,
like
yes.
I need to be covered on pre-night.
You can make a bathtub out of pre-night.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make like an outfit out of it and just like wear it like everywhere I go. It's like I'm healing the healer. So I know that we're kind of a little bit over. I know we're in the area of readings, but there's a couple more crystals that need the honorable mention, and I feel like we want to honor these crystals.
Yes,
So I put them together
yes.
on the same. So just let me know when you're ready to mention them.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny. I didn't even think to bring them over. I just wanted to mention them. But rose quartz and green aventurine, we speak of them all the time. I didn't initially include them because I went intuitively with options that would resonate with a lot of the people who watch this, and alternative options, because there are so many to work with. But there's always the tried and true with the rose quartz and the green aventurine. Those are wonderful too. They're not any less wonderful for heart chakra healing. So if you have those, they're really good also. And both of them are gentle, but they do the job. I've had moments with rose quartz where I was like, wow, just, bring that to the surface and start crying. Like it definitely, they definitely do the job. But they're a little bit on the more gentle side, but I felt it was worth mentioning both of those as well.
I love it. I love it. And so I hope that one of the things that Dawn mentioned to me prior to to coming live is like she wanted to really present to you with crystals that were unique and that were not your typical ones that are basically shared in regards to the heart chakra. So,
Mhm.
so for me, I know I've learned today about crystals that I didn't even realize that I could use for my heart chakra. I was always using the rose quartz or the green aventurine, or that was kind of like the go-to. So I hope that this kind of help all of you expand a little bit on what crystals to use. Maybe you don't have access to the rose quartz, but then you do have a pink tourmaline, then you can just go for that. And so, giving you access to all of these types. And to me, the biggest one was rhodonite. I really do love that rhodonite. And ruby too. I thought that was very cool. I never
Yeah.
thought about ruby for the heart. And And I also wanted to mention too that the pre-night too, this one was really something that I never knew that I could use for the heart. I knew that it was like a healer, crystal, but I did not know like for which one specific. So I hope that y'all enjoyed that, and we're gonna get over to the section where we do the readings. But before we do that, I do have someone that wanted to see the pre-night again. So I'm going to bring the zoom in so you can show it again. So Moonstruck was asking if you want to take a look at that pre-night, and then you see how it looks like. It's kind of like it's a very light green, and you can see through it a little bit. It's not fully clear, but you can see a little bit through it.
Exactly.
It's more opaque. It's not so opaque, but there is an opacity to it.
Yep.
And it has those little pieces, like the dark pieces on it, it's basically like a very light green. So and when you go to a crystal shop, you could always ask, if you're not sure. Typically they should have the name next to the crystal. So hopefully that helped you Moonstruck to see the pre-night again. And then Amy says she carries her pre-night on her bra.
There you go.
Well, listen, that sounds amazing.
That's a great way.
That's like right there on the heart center.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. Okay, so Chris was asking a question. When it comes to buying crystals or crystal jewelry, is it okay to buy online, or is it better to find in person? That's a good question.
Yeah, no, I love that question. It's actually it's totally okay to buy online. I do get a lot of my crystals online. Just make sure that you resonate with the shop. Make sure you feel aligned with them. There are some places that are not as ethical or as careful with their crystal selections. So just make sure that you feel good about it, but you absolutely can go online. I know there are some people who prefer to do it in person because they want to feel the crystals and they want to, interact that way, which is also very valid. However, I find that if I'm drawn to something, then I'm drawn to it. So if there's an online vendor that I really like and they have it, then absolutely. So really it's kind of, what you're feeling is resonating with you.
And I feel also, like kind of it's kind of hard to like find out like, who is operating from a place of integrity, but also kind of looking into, the place of integrity and, that they're operating from, and maybe asking questions that mean something to you, right? And understanding that these are, crystals are, in a way they're organic technology, right? Everything in nature is organic technology. So seeing them as such and recognizing the sacredness of what they are, right? Because they are a sacred tool that you're using for yourself to heal and to expand and all that good stuff. So Mandy Jo says, thank you so much for this live. Absolutely. We're so happy to do this. And please, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video and share. And also I just kind of wanted to mention too that, if you are interested in learning more about crystals, we have talked about crystals for a while now here with Dawn. She's come in and talked about the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus chakras, as well as some other conversations that we had in general on how to heal with crystals. You can go back into those live streams with Dawn and watch those if you want to go dive deeper into maybe a specific chakra that you may feel that resonating with right now that needs some healing. I know next time that we meet with Dawn, she's going to be talking about the throat. We're basically working through each one and really taking the time to talk about each chakra so that you can find, what works for you and have the time to ask the questions and, and of course, make sure that if you feel drawn to Dawn and you want to work with her, just so you know, I did mention earlier that she does have a workshop coming up on Evolve Me on March 15th. She's going to be teaching you how It's a crystals workshop on the spring equinox and how to create a grid for that, which I'm so excited about. So, but also if you wanted to do a little deeper work with her, just so you know, she does have an Instagram, and it's Healed by Dawn, and you can go in there and connect with her. She's always posting these really fun stories, asking questions about crystals, and it's always so fun to connect with her. And she, every time that she has done these sessions here, she does a grid at the end, and she shares the grid. So if you want to see the grid and maybe receive that energy healing, and by looking at the picture of the grid, make sure that you follow her on Instagram at Heal by Dawn. And if you want to do, yes, she is talking about crystals and she does crystal healing, but I just want to remind you, Dawn also does readings, and she's a medium. We're going to be doing readings now in a few. So just so you can go there also and book a session with her. So please do consider for supporting our beautiful people that we bring here, by either sharing their these videos, or either booking a session, or following them on Instagram, whatever you feel, however you feel like it resonates with you, right? Just share some love with her, right? Share some love back. But with that said, we are going to invite you to share this video if you haven't shared this, or like this video, so that way YouTube and Facebook knows that this is an important video that people should be watching, because it is.
Absolutely.
And I just kind of wanted to just also just announce that we are entering the area of the readings. Yes, the excitement, the part that everyone was waiting for. This is the salt of the you remember, like, how you eat, you don't want to cook something without salt, right? You want to have some salt in it. So here's the salt to the cooking of today, right? As the reading. So hi, Cece. Just let us know in the comments if you want a reading. And if your name is not part of your handle, please let us know your first name, and let us know your first name, and also what question you have, if you have a specific question, or if you just have like general, if you want a general reading, you can just let us know. So absolutely, Shannon, she said thank you for the great information. And yes, Mandy, we got some readings, so we're gonna do some readings. Surprise readings.
And while we're reading, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
While we're waiting for someone to ask for a reading, I feel compelled to let you know that healingcrystals.com is actually going out of business. So they're having a sale this month, only 50% off of their crystals. So if there's something that you were kind of curious about working with, you could probably find a really good deal.
Okay, that's I'm sad that they're going out of business, but good for us.
Yeah.
Well, things are a lot cheaper.
So,
yeah. I'll have to check them out. So it was crystals. What was it? Healingcrystals.com?
Yeah. So all month
wow.
they're having 50%.
I didn't know that we're going out of business. I think I've seen them before.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be selling wholesale after this month. So it's a good opportunity for people to kind of, grab a crystal for a really good price. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. I just searched it here. Going out of business sale, 50% off, y'all. I'm seeing it right now. So yeah, I was just looking at it right now. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and get started. I see some people that they're asking. So Amy from Facebook, Amy, she's been watching us from Facebook, religiously every Thursday. So thank you, Amy, for coming in. And she's coming in from all the way from Australia. Wow. So I wonder what time it is for you over there, Amy. Can you tell us how late or early? I don't know. Is it for you? Is it next day for you? Is it already the 3rd? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to find out. I always have a hard time figuring out what time it is for her over there. But she would love a general reading. It's 2:17 a.m. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Healing. Okay, so immediately some cards are flying out, including the Page of Pentacles, and this is my like old school Italian deck. I was actually guided to bring over, like, you know, the no mess around, no fluffy, just get right into it. And it feels as though you are on the brink of like a new opportunity, something more tangible, career, home, finance, something more opportunity, like new beginning, new opportunity coming in. However, there is this element of you being more mindful to conserve your energy and sort of pick and choose your battles right now. Anything that's coming your way, things that might seem a bit distracting or disappointing, really choose what feels important to you and let the rest go. Really, your guides are encouraging you to sort of conserve your energy and be mindful what you're giving your attention to right now, and to because I also have, I'm sorry, the Knight of Wands here, and just whatever is inspiring you, take that inspired action. The things that inspire you, that's what you need to act on. Everything else, they're saying just let go, pick and choose your battles, and that will help sort of open up this opportunity for you.
She's saying, thank you. That's so helpful.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, Amy, I'm so glad that you're here with us. I just want to send you
Yeah.
so much love. You're up so late or so early. Yes. Feeling like one of those in between times. So
Exactly.
happy you're here. Hi, Monica. Monica's here. Yes,
Hi.
absolutely. So glad that you're here, Monica. So we're gonna go and check. I'm gonna try to go in the order that these questions entered. Okay, so we're going to see here. So I see here, Erica. Any messages for me? I've been having this feeling in my heart that feels like anxiety, but I know it's not anxiety. What can help me calm this feeling? There's a lot of energies of change right now.
Okay. Okay. Erica, so what I'm getting for you, I have the Queen of Wands as well as the Queen of Cups. And what I'm feeling is that part of what you're feeling right now, it's almost as though part of you is sort of stepping into this new energy of feeling more empowered. It's as though you're being asked to let go of some more fear so you can embrace like your courage, your confidence. And in terms of what can help you calm this feeling, it feels as though the more that you can get your emotions feeling more even, more balanced, more stable, that will help with this. They're saying almost like to just shift your perspective a little bit and understand that there's just this like shifting with the energy, trying to sort of help you step more into this more empowered place. It also feels as though the energy around you is moving very fast, and that this feeling isn't going to last very long. It feels as though it's sort of a passing thing that won't be too long, and to sort of remind you of that to help you feel more comfortable through it.
So it's like a temporary transition.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Erica, this helped you, my love, and that you feel more grounded after that. And let us know in the comments if this resonated with you. And C Lee would love a reading. Her name is C. She goes by Cece here, but her name is C. I recognize her. I recognize you. See, I see you. So I'm assuming, see, that you're going for a general one because you didn't ask a specific question.
Okay. For Cece, what this is really exciting. So I have the Ace of Wands and the King and Queen of Cups, and then the Sun fell out of the deck. And what I'm feeling is that for you, it feels as though, in terms of an existing relationship, that there's this new, almost like this new spark, new burst of life regarding this relationship is offering more passion, more opportunity in that regard, and that things are shifting for a more positive change, more joy, happy outcome, good news. It feels as though there's like happy things on the horizon for you.
That's exciting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so interesting because when the cards come out like that, and it's just so beautiful because then you know that spirit is just like, this is this we gotta tell you this, like, and it's like I feel like there's excitement from the spirit guides, right? Like when they show, when those like jump out like that.
Exactly. And of all the cards to jump out, the feeling that I do get though is just, have a little patience with it, but it's unfolding in a very positive way.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, let us know in the comments if this resonated with you, and I'm gonna take a look and see. I was trying to find the other people here. Shannon, she says that she would like a reading. So for those of you who are not putting a specific question, we're just going for general readings, okay? If you want something specific, you just let us know in the comments if you want something specific to be checked or looked into.
I have actually a male energy here who keeps touching my head for you, Shannon. He's very very casual kind of person, very laid back, like seems as though not much really fazed him. He wasn't anxious. He kind of just went with the flow, rolled with the punches, and he's coming forward with this reading. The card that flew out is the Seven of Air, which is akin to the Seven of Swords, and he's giving me the impression that it's important that in your endeavors right now that you're very strategic. Make sure that no one is like cutting corners. No one's trying to sell you short or give you less than you deserve right now. And he's stressing the importance of you reaching out to other people and working with other people right now, as though, collaborating with others is going to sort of circumvent any sort of attempt to give you less than you're worth, less than you deserve right now. And there's also this feeling of you stepping into a more empowered place as a result of this, and making sure that he's showing me you like protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting your like the things that you've been working on, your ideas, making sure that you're protecting them and being very strategic about who you do and don't give access to this part of you.
That's powerful. And then
Yeah.
she did add another question here. I didn't see it, Shannon. I'm sorry. Because I saw first your first, and then down here I saw that you asked another question, and I'll be happy to check for you. And Dawn, I guess you can as well. She asked about would like to know what chakra I still need to work on, and if the energy within me is moving smoothly and balanced. I can check that for you real quick, Shannon. I just need you to give permission to connect to your higher self, and then I can do like a soft, gentle connection to your higher self to check what needs to happen. Okay. So just I just want you to, if you can, just give permission. So spirit will have permission to connect to Shannon's higher self. I don't have permission yet, so just let me know in the comments if I have permission to connect to your higher self, so that I can. Yeah, I'm not getting permission, so so that I can make sure that I'm not tapping into your energy without your permission. I guess I should not be doing that. Thank you. So, do I have permission to connect to Shannon's higher self? Yes. Spirit, please connect me to Shannon's higher self. Thank you. Okay, so I'm connected only at 80%. That tells me that there's some things, some blocks happening here. We're going to release some energies that are attached right now to your energy field. So I'm going to go ahead and clear those for you, okay? So please clear, remove, and send to a perfect place. Please clear, remove, and send to a perfect place. Thank you, Spirit. Please clear, remove, and send to a perfect place. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, please connect to her higher self, to Shannon's higher self. Thank you. Okay, I'm connected 100% now. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell me what chakras need attention for her at this moment? Is there any chakra that needs attention at this moment? Yes. Okay. Can you show me what chakra needs attention at this moment? Is there any other? Okay, so there's 3 chakras that are showing up. The first one that I was guided to, that I guess I'm gonna mention them in order of which ones need healing the most at first. Okay, so so the first one that came up was your solar plexus, which is related to your self-worth and actions that are aligned with your self-worth. Typically, the solar plexus is also connecting to our teens. Maybe looking into anything that may have happened in your teens that create certain patterns of behavior, certain ways of being that are still expressing now, as you are here in the present moment. So looking into the solar plexus is the first one that you want to look into. The next one that showed up is the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is all about speaking your truth and being able to align. Mean what you say and say what you mean. That's what I always say. Mean what you say and say what you mean. But what I mean by that is, saying yes when you really want to say yes, and saying no when you really don't want to say, when you really want to say no, and aligning, your and this goes along with the solar. When the solar plexus is aligned, then it's a little easier for us to really speak from that truth, because then we are in alignment with the actions that we take. So then in turn, our words are going to be in alignment. So sometimes also not being able to say things when we really want to say them, or feeling like we can't say them, or because we were silenced earlier in our lives as well. That could be as well another thing. And so really looking into those aspects are an important thing for you. That's energetically something that needs to be worked on. The other thing that I see here is the root. So the root is all about, your sense of not only grounding, but also feeling protected, feeling courageous, not getting swayed into fear. So that's what I would say you need at this moment. That's what I feel you would need at this moment to work on. And so And so then you can look into the next time that we go live. We'll talk about the throat, but you can start working with the solar and going back to the live stream that where we're talking about the solar plexus, and maybe work with those crystals to move through those energies and unearth whatever needs to be unearthed so that you can move through that. But I'll leave it as that. I am complete, and I'm going to let Dawn share anything if you have anything on your end as well.
Oh, yeah, the only other thing I have is when you were asking about the chakras, I was shown for you Bumblebee Jasper, that crystal, to work with. I mean, you don't have to, but that the properties of it will kind of help you step more into that empowered role and work through that.
I think Bumblebee Jasper was for the solar, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is so funny.
Yeah, so as soon as you said solar plexus, I was nodding my head. I was like, yeah, that's that's the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend Shannon that you go back and watch that live, because I think that you know, I mean, of course, you know, Dawn already gave you an answer on which one to go for, but maybe if you resonate with another one, or you just want to like just see what other ones you can work with in the future, or maybe combine with or whatever. There's so many other crystals that she mentions there as well. But I remember the Bumblebee Jasper that you mentioned last time. Yeah. I love the name of it too. It's like Bumblebee Jasper. I just love the name. So
Right.
hopefully this resonated for you, my love. She said thank you so much. And so much love and appreciation, and so much love and appreciation for you, Shannon. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're here often talking about woo things like this. So please do you know, come be part of the fam. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to know, is there anyone here for the first time? I've got to ask, if you're here for the first time, let us know in the comments. I'd like to know, especially if you're coming from Meetup, because I know that I put this on Meetup as well. So let us know in the comments if you're coming from Meetup and if it's your first time, so we can make sure that we don't skip you and we take care of you. Okay, so the next person is Mindy. I love that name, Mindy. And she would like a general reading.
Okay.
And Mindy's from Meetup. Oh, hi. So Mindy, so I'm glad that you're here.
Very
glad
cool.
that you're here. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes. So, Mindy, I was guided to pick an oracle card first and foremost, and I have Sage, Purification, and then the tarot card that I have is the Seven of Pentacles. And the feeling that I'm getting is that for where you want to go and where you're headed, as you're sort of keeping your eye on, you know, the vision you have for yourself, what you want, the bigger picture, it's important that you are clearing the things that don't belong, walking away from anything that isn't serving you, anything that might be standing in the way of getting where you want to be. And it feels as though, you know, make sure that you're also clearing yourself energetically. It feels also maybe even a little bit with some of the foods you consume, just as a whole. I'm seeing like a house, making sure that you're clearing out any clutter, just doing like essentially spring cleaning is the feeling that I'm getting, so that you're sort of I'm feeling clearing out the old energy to make space for the new, because I also see that things down the road are going to be working out in your favor. It feels like a really, almost the word is harmony, balance, unity, like things coming together for you. But in order to get there more seamlessly, you're being encouraged to sort of clear your space, clear the clutter, clear the mental clutter, anything that doesn't belong, anything that's weighing you down, keeping you up at night. It's time to shift it. And if there's something that it's not necessarily a matter of letting it go, but changing the dynamic of things so that they serve you better.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah.
So Mindy, I hope that resonated with you. So she says that she moved into a super tiny house that she doesn't like too much. So
Yeah.
so she said
Yeah.
yes, this resonated with her.
Yeah, and it's what I'm feeling is yeah, it's almost as though they're encouraging you to shift your perspective and to keep your mind on like the long term, like down the road, the future. Like this is now so that things are better later is like the feeling I'm getting, and the sense for you to sort of take the chaos of the feeling and make that your strength, like allow that to be part of your strength, knowing that this is what you're doing for later.
Powerful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, change of perspective is so powerful and so healing for us. So hopefully maybe you can get creative in your new space.
Yeah.
And have fun with that. So moving on to the next person here. Christy is would like to know how far along is she in her spiritual journey. So she would like to know, I guess she would like to know the roadmap, if there's any.
Got it.
And after Christy, there's Sandra, and after Sandra is Betsy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Peggy. Peggy is after. Betsy didn't ask a question. I apologize.
So for Christy, I have the Five of Swords, and I also have the Three of Wands. And the feeling that I'm getting is that right now you might be feeling a little bit almost like disappointed or defeated, as though you feel like you're not far enough along as you would like to be. And the feeling that I'm getting is that you're being encouraged to start exploring more the things that are interesting you, like spiritual things, things that are more metaphysical, that are catching your attention, to start exploring them and branching out a bit, learning a bit more. I'm getting the feeling that the more that you do that and the more that you sort of put yourself out there and expand, the more then that's when you start to make even more progress. It feels as though you're being encouraged to kind of go out even farther than you envisioned, with like expand even more into that realm, like more than like you might come across things that you weren't really even thinking were a possibility that interest you, is what I'm feeling. And that once you do that, then you sort of dive in even more. So to not feel any kind of disappointment, because you're moving along and now you're at the point where you're being asked to expand and find more things that interest you on this journey to start learning about, and then you'll start finding things that resonate even more. And then I'm getting the feeling like they're saying, and then it takes off even more, and you'll almost be sort of surprised at where it takes you.
That's so powerful. And
Yeah.
Christy, you know that Christy's actually someone I worked with, and so that resonates so much for like from what I know. So and then remember, Christy, that the unfolding, right? The unfolding is a process, right? So remembering that and leaning into community too, I think it's also very helpful, because it is, it is nice to be able to talk about these things with others that have gone through the same thing, or maybe are going through the same thing, and kind of understand the process of spiritual awakening, and how it kind of it's like a dance, right? Back and forth dance that we have with spirit.
Yeah.
And the purpose is to expand, always to expand, always. It's always to expand.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know in the comments, Christy, if this helped you and brought you some perspective. And Sandra is here. She's asking for a reading. She would like a general reading.
Okay. Perfect. I'm being guided to use 2 different decks for you for some reason.
And while Dawn is shuffling her cards, I just wanted to invite y'all to share and like this video, and make sure that you also hop over to Instagram and follow Dawn, or go over to her website and book a session if you want to dive a little deeper with her in your journey.
Yes, I just saw the comment from Moonstruck, and we were just speaking about this, about how, you know, my sessions are sort of helping people who are going through the dark night and the other side of it and the feelings. So definitely.
Yeah, do consider working with Dawn. She's got some spirit sessions that could potentially help you connect a little deeper and find yourself on the other side of or at least try to find some understanding of the void that that you find yourself in right now.
Yes, and if it helps, mine 3 years is I've been right there with you, so I understand how it can feel. So yeah, definitely. But for Sandra, so I have this card, Volcano Release, and in the tarot deck I have the Magician and I have the 3 of Pentacles. And what I'm feeling is that right now it feels as though things are shifting for you in a way that might not even feel very comfortable, as though there's a lot that's sort of happening, changing, coming to the surface, things almost like seeing like almost like the rug gets pulled out from under you and there's just like a lot happening at once. And you're being guided to know that you have the capability within you right now to make the things that you want to happen for yourself happen, that you already have the resources that you need, the knowledge, the experience, the wisdom, and now you're being encouraged to reach out to other people who are similar to you, to work with and collaborate with, and reach out to these people. And that's where things start to shift into a much better place for you. The other message that I'm getting is that there does need to be some patience on your end with this, and some balance, like some moderation, some balance, and, you know, kind of taking a little bit from here, a little bit from there to kind of make things smooth. You might have to kind of get a little bit creative and sort of mix and match a bit right now in order to help you navigate this phase, but that you do have everything you already need going into the next phase. So you're encouraged to reach out to other people who can help you, who have like similar interest or skill set related to your situation.
Powerful. Oh my gosh, Sandra.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. This is powerful.
Yeah.
Stepping into that power, sharing that light, and going into that beautiful space. So yeah, that's just I love that energy.
Yeah.
That sounds really powerful.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments how did this help you either shift perspective or maybe give you some confirmation, because sometimes we need that confirmation, right? So yeah, sometimes that confirmation is important for us to receive. And so let me see here. I see some comments. Yeah, so Monica was saying it's powerful. Yes, it is. So the next person that I see here is Peggy. She would like a reading, and she says she recently had an aura reading and heart chakra very low.
Okay. Let's see. As I'm shuffling, I'm being shown that it's important for you to get a bit more grounded right now. It's almost as though in your heart space, you need to feel more grounded and safe. It feels as though there's a need for you, like your heart, your emotions, to know that you're safe, that you're okay. There needs to be this grounding. And I'm also getting the word self-compassion and nurturing. Okay. So this is interesting. I have the Knight of Wands for you. I felt compelled to use my animal deck with the cats. And I also have the Magician for you as well. And what I'm feeling is that for your heart chakra feeling low right now, it seems as though there's a lack of things that are inspiring you and bringing you joy. And you're being asked to connect to the things that feel fulfilling to you or exciting, things that you used to enjoy that maybe you sort of forgot about. And you're being encouraged to explore that and start connecting. The word I keep getting is magic. It's as though you need to sort of find again or rediscover the magic of life, magic in this world, your own magic. And that's what's going to sort of help your heart chakra. It feels as though you need to reconnect to magic, joy, inspiration. And it feels as though the grounding is what's going to help you get there as well. Grounding more into your heart, but through joy and inspiration.
And I kind of I asked permission to your higher self to connect, okay, Peggy, and to your higher self. And I got here that Spirit is indicating here that there's some tears in your auric field, in your etheric template. So I'm gonna go ahead and send the request to repair these to your higher self. And then all you have to do is just ask your higher self to repair just within yourself. So I'm gonna ask these to be repaired and brought back into health, into full health. So there were about 5 tears that were found in the etheric template, and that one is on the very like outer part of the. It's like the auric field has different layers, and so there's the outer layer of the auric field. That's typically the one that gets hit the most, the hardest, let's just say. So so we're sending that healing for you, so that to support you in that journey of working with your heart chakra, okay. And so as I see here, there's no other layers here that need clearing or repair. And I'm feeling Archangel Raphael is here to share something, and I'm gonna just ask Archangel Raphael. He's asking me to go into the charts here. So what would you like to? You want me to go into your chart, okay? So he's actually applying healing for you at this moment. So we're going to go ahead. I want to invite you to just close your eyes for a minute and just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Visualize Archangel Raphael standing to your side, and he is to your left side. He's placing his hand on your chest right now, really helping with your heart chakra. And he's also placing his other hand at the same level on your back, okay? And he's infusing this green emerald light into your heart space right now. He's also infusing, he's bringing in some soft pink, some soft pink rays into your heart space. And he's placing this right outside the green, and just visualize this. And right outside that, the pink, I see that there's another layer of white that is being shown here. So just, and it's expanding out into your heart space. So this is just to support you in your journey of healing. And I'm also being guided to tell you that to do on a like maybe on a daily basis, to just really sit with one of the whichever crystal you felt compelled to or connected to today, that we talked about the heart chakra today, to sit with this on a daily basis, just 5-10 minutes, and visualize and call upon Archangel Raphael to help you infuse that energy, and do this for the next 7 days. Okay, this should help relieve your heart space. And so that's all I have for you, Peggy. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from your higher self now. Thank you for giving permission. I asked for permission before I connected, but thank you for your permission. And I'm disconnecting now, and I'm complete. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so that some healing has been sent to you today, so that you can support. And then, and what I would say to Peggy, I don't think you actually got to watch the live stream that I did with another SRT practitioner. Her name is Elke Taggle, and she taught us how to create a an actual shield. Okay, you can go back into the live streams and look into how to shield and watch that. And this is for everyone here, all of you can watch this and can use this. But for you, Peggy, I'm feeling like you want to make sure that you're doing that shielding. Okay, so that is it for me. I am complete. And so I don't know if you wanted to add anything else, Dawn, before
The only other thing I wanted to add for Peggy is that I keep getting nudged to tell you that the rhodonite might be a good starting point for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
The crystal queen has spoken. So work with rhodonite. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do a couple more. And let's see. So I have Pooja. I think that's, hang on, let me make sure that I'm not skipping anyone. Actually, Monica's here. Monica would like a reading. So you didn't, it looks like it's a general reading. You're so very welcome, Peggy. So happy we were able to help you. After Monica, it'll be Pooja.
Okay, so for Monica, I have the Oracle card Abundance here, and then I was guided to pull a couple of tarot cards for you, and I have the Priestess, the High Priestess, I have the Five of Pentacles, and I have Strength, and the feeling that I'm getting is that you. Honestly, it feels as though you have mediumship abilities, is actually the feeling that I'm getting, is that your intuition is shifting a bit and opening up, and that you actually are able to communicate with those in spirit, is the feeling that I'm getting, but that it's a bit of an upheaval for you right now, like a bit uncomfortable. And you're being asked to really hold your ground and stay strong right now, and understand that some of the things you're going through are really because your intuition is expanding, but that there's a lot of good things coming your way. It's like it's opening these new doors for you. You're aligning more with your purpose and your path, and you're being asked not to lose your hope or your faith right now, because it might feel a bit uncomfortable, a bit lonely, a bit I'm getting misunderstood, or feeling like you're kind of on the outside looking in. But just to understand that what's happening is your intuition is expanding a bit, and to just kind of stay strong and grounded through what feels sometimes like chaotic energy, but that you are coming more and more in alignment with your path. I hope that
That
resonated.
sounds so powerful.
Yeah.
Wow, we got some powerful women over here today. Well, yes. Well, everyone here is powerful because we all have the abilities to connect, but some of us are being woken up to it, right?
Yeah.
So Monica, that sounds really beautiful. So I hope that you really connected to that. Oh, so she says, thank you for a message. I was losing hope and feeling a little depressed and confused. And she said, oh my God. So there you go.
Yeah.
So really give yourself that chance to lean into that, to lean into those gifts that are waking up for you. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That is
I
so
also
beautiful.
want to just add that I'm being shown that if you do things like creative things to kind of help not take your mind off of it, but sort of redirect those feelings and that energy, like they're showing me you kind of being creative, doing things that are sort of expressive to kind of pour out and like channel some of that energy.
Powerful. She says, thank you so much, Dawn. Yay.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Awesome. So we got also Pooja. So we got like two more people. Like actually after Pooja's two more people. Do you think we can gather those people or do more?
Oh, yeah.
Two more?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get y'all today because Pooja, I think this is your first time, or I don't know if you've been here before. So I want to make sure that you get to connect with Dawn today. I'm trying to find your question. Where is it? Hang on. I know I saw it somewhere around here. And then after that, we will, because after Pooja would be Michelle and then Chris. And then after Chris, we will close it. Okay. So, Pooja, may I know if my connection with Naman is connected with my spiritual journey? And Pooja, if you could do me a favor and give permission to your higher self to connect to mine, because I will also check some things in regards to soul relationship for you. So I'm not connecting 100%. So I'm clearing some entities for you that are attached to your energy field. Clearing, removing, and sending to the light. Just to support and be able to connect fully to your higher self. I'm just clearing these entities that are really not serving you. So we're clearing that and sending to the light. Okay, so I'm connected to your higher self now. And I'm going to ask right now, your relationship with Naman, okay? So what I'm going to give you right now is something that I've been teaching, and I've been teaching a class on this, on soul relationships and the reason why people show up in our lives. And one of the things that I see here in regards to your relationship with Naman is that he's actually part of your so there's different levels of soul family. So we have, if you've ever heard of a twin flame, there's a twin flame, but there's also other levels of flames that go outside of that. I'll most likely recording a video and posting that this weekend. So if you want to subscribe to the channel and watch that, you can. The outside of that would be so there's a twin flame who's very close to you. There's the flame sibling, and there's a flame cousin. So the cousin is the one that's like kind of like 2 steps out of a twin flame, and there's still a very intense energy between you and that person. So what that means is that you've had many lifetimes together. You've basically have had contracts that you've had to clear with each other, karmic entanglements that you've had to deal with. And so that in itself answers your question in regards if they're connected to your spiritual journey. Absolutely, yes. All of the people who are part of our path, who are part of our, all people that we connect to, that we may have an expression of struggle, or maybe an expression of, this beautiful, big, grand love, that is part of our journey. I see here there's some contracts that you need to heal between you and Naman. Okay. And I also see here there's some connection cords. So one of the things that Spirit has showed me is that when we connect with other souls, we connect through our energy centers. And so the energy center of the root, which is the root chakra, there's a cord there that needs to be healed between you guys. I also see the throat chakra, and these are basically karmic situations that happen in the past life that affected you energetically, that whenever you resonate or you connect with that person, these issues can express on this lifetime in real time. So I hope that makes sense to you. But what I see here is that the energy quality between you and him is the energy of self-forgiveness. But what I mean by that is that the highest expression of your relationship with this person, when you're relating with this person, that's what I mean, is the essence of forgiveness of self and others. So when you're in that essence of forgiveness and you're able to express that fully in the full capacity in that relating, then you're able to really, you're actually in that highest expression of the reason why you came into this planet, if that makes any sense. I see here that again, there's some programs that need to be clear between you and him. Okay. And they're definitely karmic programs. And so when it comes down to this, I want to let you know that, I'll be happy to help you to go a little deeper into this and clear these karmic entanglements if you feel called to. You don't have to do it with me. You can do it with anyone that can do any past life work. QHHT. I do spiritual response therapy. And I also do something called the Beloved Method, which is my own method that I created, which is basically what I use to do this reading for you, to determine what exactly is happening between you and that person. But I don't only clear that whenever you come to me. I also go into SRT, do the SRT clearing, which addresses other aspects or other factors as well. So we kind of go into like a rounded, like a, I guess, holistic way to approach this, the clearing, and try to clear as much as we can between you and the other person. So that way, the expression between you and them is harmonized. And what I mean by harmonized, it means that you are feeling better about yourself and that you're not getting triggered or getting any sort of energies that feel like off between you and that person. So I hope that helps you. And if you want to work with me, you're more than welcome to go into my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and book a session there. But I will go ahead and disconnect from your higher self. I'm complete. And I will hand this over to Dawn now.
Yeah, well, and I will say this definitely also based on what I'm feeling and getting. This is definitely Jikara's realm. This is something that, I would also maybe recommend, doing a little further with her. I will say I pulled the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And I also was guided to pull an Oracle card, and I have this dolphin listening. And the feeling that I'm getting when I pull the cards is that you're being encouraged to listen more to your higher self and your gut feeling, your instinct, your intuition. There's this feeling, particularly in this instance with the Four of Pentacles, as though there might be some like attachment there that doesn't necessarily need to be there, as though perhaps one of you might be holding a little bit too tightly, and it feels as though your guides want to remind you that you are empowered, and you're never like a victim of circumstance, so to speak, as though you do have your own free will and choices that you can make. And with the Knight of Swords, there's this feeling as though your guides are saying that, you know, you're empowered enough to take the action that you need, and to just listen to your higher self. And if there's anything that you need to let go of or like release, it also feels like there's might be some like sorrow or grief kind of emotions that really need to be let go of, to enable you to move forward. This is the impression that I'm getting. Again, I will say this is definitely Jikara's specialty, so, or part of, you know, what she does, but that's what I'm getting.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dawn, for that. And yeah, so in some of the things that Dawn picked up, Pooja, for you, are basically part of why things are showing up. Like basically what she mentioned is, you know, it's related to that karmic stuff. So hopefully you feel, you know, ignited to do some of that past life work and release some of those energies. So it is important. I do these type of clearings between me and my husband all the time. And I tell this to people, is like, I do this all the time between me and my loved ones. And I do this between me and my friends too, whenever I'm feeling a little funky energetically. Let's just say, I clear that. So I think it's important to clear the energies between us and other people, especially when we're feeling like there's a little bit of like just maybe like lack of communication, or if there's like something off, or like, you know, why are things not feeling the same way like they did. Like sometimes there could be programs that are showing up to ignite us to look for that healing, because that's what relationships are for. They're really mirrors for us to look at ourselves in them, so that we can see ourselves a little clearer. At least that's my perspective. Of course, my perspective is not the absolute truth, but just giving you my perspective on that. So hopefully that'll help you, Pooja. Let us know in the comments if this helped you. I'd love to know. And yeah, and please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel. And so I know that we have Michelle, and Michelle here. Where is Michelle? I was trying to find you, Michelle. You were asking a question. Michelle is having a struggle with relocating. Any suggestions that may come from her guides?
Okay. It's interesting, as I'm shuffling, they keep showing me a lot of like grounding elements. Okay. All right. So I have this oracle card, Forest Diversity. Now, this next card just flew out of the deck. We have the Tower. Yes. And we have the Page of Swords. And the feeling that I'm getting is that for you, this is a real, like, uncomfortable kind of situation, like a shakeup. It feels like everything is not how it was, and everything is changing, everything is different, and it's I'm getting like a feeling of like anxiety, and there needs to be, I'm seeing like new life brought in, new like invigorating energy, clearing energy, cleansing energy. I'm showing, like, I'm keep being shown the need for like clearing of your own energy, your space, because there's this it's almost like a lack of feeling grounded right now that is making this more difficult for you. And not being grounded is what's making it so hard. I keep being shown clearing and grounding like over and over and over again. And it feels as though almost as though there needs to be a communication with someone, like a different way of communicating, a different way of reaching out to sort of, I'm feeling come to some sort of resolution. The other element that I'm getting is like reflecting, like stepping back a bit and just going into deep thought and thinking about this entire situation. It's almost as though it needs like some deep thought. What I'm also feeling is that there's something that you're not seeing yet. It's almost like you're so busy looking over here that the answer is over here and you don't see it yet. And so your guides want you to get grounded and get clear, energetically clear, clearing your mind, clearing your space so that you can see it, because there's like this answer, this doorway, so to speak, but you're not seeing it right now because you're so focused on everything else. I'm also getting this, like the word apathy, as though maybe the situation has you feeling a bit indifferent and apathetic and not inclined to take the action. And that's why they want you to get grounded, because once you're more grounded, you'll be able to come from a better place and also be clearing your energy a bit as well. I hope that helps and resonates for you.
Yeah, thank you, Dawn and Michelle. Yes, if this resonates with you, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know. We'd love the feedback. I know that sometimes people kind of fall off, and I know that some people were like, I know that Cece had like her phone die and she had to go back on. So maybe if you can just let us know in the comments, even if you come a little later, that this resonated with you. But hopefully this helped you. And last but not least is Chris, and she's asking, what does she need to know for healing herself? And she's asking you.
Okay, I like that question.
I'm so happy you're here, Chris. I'm so happy you're here. And after Chris, then we will start closing out. So in the meantime, while she's pulling up the cards, I just want to invite y'all to go into healbydawn.com if you want to book a session with Dawn and do some deeper work with her, or you can go into her Instagram and check out the wonderful grids that she puts up, especially when she puts the grids up for after our sessions on Thursdays. She puts up these grids, so if you want to go over there and check out the grid and receive the healing, please go on over to her Instagram. And I also wanted to ask you all to really consider the support of these live streams. It takes a lot to really get this going, and I don't really have like anyone backing me up doing these. I am trying to find people to see if they will be willing to do any sort of sponsorship. But in the meantime, I feel like it's so much more important to receive the support from the community and the people who are actually receiving this, because I feel like we get to then decide where we're going to take this forward versus having third parties. So I want to invite you to sign up for my Cosmic Light Activation membership. I do monthly clearings, and there are Akashic Record clearings and spiritual response therapy clearings, where we do collective work of healing, and basically I support you every week with a collective reading as well via Telegram. So you can go over to the bloominglotushealing.com and just click on membership and sign up for that. And what that does is that is going to help support the purpose of that is to help support these live streams. And I really want to get to the point where I'm doing more live streams here on YouTube and bringing even Dawn and I were talking about even doing more live streams here. So the more of you sign up, then the more I can open up the calendar to do these streams and and hang out. Hang out with y'all. I love hanging out with y'all. So I kind of wanted to just kind of segue that in here. But then I'll stop talking now because I know that you're ready to talk, Dawn. So there we go.
So, Chris, I have the Four of Swords, and I have the Ace of Wands. And I also have, I was guided to a couple of different decks. I have Fire Intensity, and I have the Chariot. And so I got a bunch of things at once for you with your self-healing. One, there needs to be some more rest, like some more rest and meditation, like taking breaks, taking time out. And I'm also hearing the word boundaries, like energetic boundaries, protection boundaries, just putting more boundaries up for yourself, doing more meditation, doing more resting and reflecting. That being said, the other thing that is really going to help you right now is by feeling more empowered and calling on your willpower. And by doing that, your guides are saying in order to do that, they want you to feel more inspired and do things that feel passionate to you, and kind of take some action with that. Like they're talking about inspiration, passion, like feeding your fire is what I'm getting, like the fire inside of you. They want you to kind of spark that by connecting to the things that bring you joy and excitement. And that they're showing is going to give you much more connection to your empowerment, your willpower. They're saying that, you have a lot in you to be able to, like, they want you to be able to take the reins, so to speak, on your journey in your life. And so they want you to make sure that you're resting enough, putting up boundaries, kind of doing some meditating, taking breaks when you need to. They're also showing that, you might be feeling a little stuck or trapped, like right now, as though you might be in like a little bit of a limbo, and they want you to know that it's really not the case. Like, just take a little step to the side and everything changes. It's not as dire as it feels right now. They want you to understand that it's not, you're not really stuck. It just feels like you're stuck. And so just this little bit of action will sort of set it into motion. So I hope that resonates.
Powerful. And she mentioned while you were doing the reading, sending love to both of us with a little heart. And then just to kind of give you a little bit of a feedback, Michelle did come back and say, wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Cool.
So that was powerful.
Yeah.
So Chris, I hope that this helped you, my love, and that you were able to gain some additional perspective today with Dawn, with her loving perspective. And I really loved your deck, that Italian deck. I was like, yes, Italian deck. I was like feeling that all over. Like I was like, yes,
it's my favorite. This is what the back looks like.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's this like old school Italian deck. Like the cards are so like simple. Do you know what I mean? Like there's not like a lot happening, and it's just like there's something about it when I need to do like just blunt to the point powerful readings. I'm always guided to this deck.
Yeah, it sounds very Italian too. Like that's how Italians are. Italians are very direct. So it's a very direct, like kind of like it puts you into that Italian energy. I love it.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who don't know, like, okay, so I am half Italian, half Venezuelan. So I connect with Dawn on my Italian side because she's Italian too. So that's why I was like, so I was like really loving that so much because it's part of my heritage too. And then Chris said, yes, this really resonates amazing. And she said, thank you. So awesome. So we love the feedback because then we want to make sure that you're receiving or if you're not understanding something, you can always get clarification on that. So, but yeah, so we had a beautiful conversation today, and I hope that y'all really enjoyed learning today about the heart chakra. Well, and these really interesting crystals that Dawn really beautifully, intuitively. It's funny because she sent me a message. I think it was like Monday. It was like, I selected like 12 crystals. Is that too many? And then I was like, yeah, I'm sure she loves them all. And then she was able to send me the list. And I wanted to ask y'all, did you guys like me putting the crystals up on the on the screen? Did you guys like that? We are enjoying it ourselves, but we just wanted to get some feedback and see, are you enjoying us putting the name of the crystal? Is it helpful for you? because I know sometimes you say the name and you might not know how it's written, and then maybe you're wanting to go online and search for the crystal or something. So that's the reason why we were trying to do that, to kind of help you with that. So I'm getting a yes. Good. So good. So Erica saying she appreciates us both immensely, and Peggy said yes, that she enjoyed having those the little banners. So yeah, so that's perfect. So yeah, so without any without further ado, it is 2:22 here, March 2nd, 2:22. We kind of went a little over, so thank you, Dawn, for your time.
Sure.
And again, I want to invite y'all to connect with Dawn. If you felt connected with her, please do go into her website, healbydawn.com, if you want to book a session, or if you want to just connect with her and just see the fun posts that she makes on her Instagram stories, then definitely you want to go into Heal by Dawn and check them out. She always has the funnest Instagram stories, and very interactive. So I really love those. So definitely you want to make sure that you reach out to her there as well. So you're so very welcome, everyone. Thank you so much again for being here. We love each one of you. We're so grateful for you, for your time, for your energy. We would not be able to do this live stream, and it would not be as fun if you weren't here. So I want to thank all of you for just participating with us. So do you want to say anything else before we go, Dawn?
Just thank you so much. I had so much fun, and I really appreciate everybody who comes and asks questions and watches us. It's fun. Thank you.
And Chris says grazie. Grazie, Chris. Thank you so much, everyone, and namaste.